Hey soldier, let's get right tonight.
Here I go, scream my lungs out and try to get to you. You are my only one. I let go, but there's just no one that gets me like you do. You are my only one.
Yo, what is good? What is good? Soldier Only here from Sports Nerd Web with the Solgr-and-Fusha-Only-Show.
As well as IAB Fuchsia. I'm here again.
Welcome to this week's episode.
Indeed, as I am on my new little mini mic, and I love it.
Oh my god.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, first off, I just want to get into some of the changes that's going to be coming to the show. We actually upgraded the program that we use to record our episodes of this show and our Walking Dead show, Talking Decay.
Every Monday.
Yeah, so we are going to be expanding over the 15-minute mark that we've been doing for our episodes. So they're going to be roughly anywhere from probably 30 to 45 minutes now. I usually think that perfect time for a podcast is normally anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Because I think anything under 30 minutes is a little too short. Anything over an hour can be too long. Granted, I do listen to podcasts all day at work. I listened to one episode today that was it was a Destiny lore podcast. It was 3.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
But that's good for me for when I'm at work, you know.
Yeah.
That's fine, you know. So I guess it just depends on what the listener's doing.
But I think it also really depends on what the subject matter is of the podcast and what it is you're talking about, because there's so many details that go into what exactly your thoughts are and from your experience of what's been going on with the video games and everything else.
Yeah, well, that's true, because look at the sports talk show, Mike and Mike in the Morning. They do 4 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard them personally say that when they went to a 4-hour show, that they got a lot of criticism from their peers and a lot of people in the industry, like, you guys are nuts, you know, for trying a 4-hour show, because I'm trying to think of another show that's that long, you know, like, I know there's other sports talk shows, you know, that are a couple hours long maybe or whatnot, but yeah, but it works, you know, and it's crazy because they also start so early in the morning. I mean, they start, what is it? I'm brain fog. 4 o'clock in the morning, our time.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I just realized we haven't really paid attention to all weekend?
Sports?
Fantasy football.
Oh, poop.
Yeah.
We didn't do our team again, huh?
Yeah, I mean, my Packers won against the Seahawks today, which is a big relief since we've been losing
So
some
they did
games.
win? Green Bay did win? Okay.
Green Bay did win
I haven't
against the
even,
Seahawks,
I know,
but
rip the dream. I haven't even checked my Falcons.
I just completely forgot to even check the fantasy football, though, to see who we were going against, what our team... And you know what sucks about it is my brother-in-law helped us set up the draft. We got an A paper grade, and we haven't been utilizing it, you know? We just kind of...
Yeah, we had one good week there, or maybe 2 weeks out of the whole season, where we actually remembered to check our lineup before the game started, and we actually did what we were supposed to do. I'm just going over some of the NFL scores right now. Ooh, yeah, buddy, look at that. The Falcons smashed the Rams 42-14.
42-14, wow, that's good. Yeah, that's what the...
Your Packers did good, too, 38-10.
Yeah, and by the third quarter, it was, God, what was it? It was at least a 10-point game at halftime.
Well, no, it was half. What was it? It was 20... What'd you say, 21
It was, 3-21, something like that, if I remember right. Well, when I went to my mom's, they had actually switched from the Seahawks and Packers game to another game because Packers were so far ahead in the lead of the game that they're like, oh, well, we're going to go show a different game. And then that game ended, and they went back to the Packers game.
So the Packers game was still going on, but they were beating them so bad they actually broadcasted a different game?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that happen many times before. That's crazy. Didn't the Packers win last week, too?
Yes, they did, I believe so.
So the Packers are kind of... Maybe they're turning things around. If they did win last week, that's a couple wins they fired off. And granted, I'll admit right now, obviously we've been so busy with our video game stuff and all that, we haven't really been paying a lot of attention to sports, like you said. But a win over the Seahawks, regardless of how Seattle's been doing this year, a win over the Seahawks is a win over the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been a really good team for the last few years. So, I mean, they almost, arguably, they should have been back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Because they won the Super Bowl, and then remember the next year, they were in the Super Bowl again against the Patriots. And the Seahawks were down to the goal line, and all they had to do was hand it to Marshawn Lynch and get like 1 yard, but they passed it, and New England picked it off and won.
What seems to be crazy to me is it's like this whole year, are we living in the Twilight Zone? So many things are not going up to their expectations, and I mean, I'm just happy that my Packers have actually won the last few games because they were really going downhill, and I was even telling colleagues at work, I was like, I'm not a bandwagon, I still support my Pack, I'm just disappointed right now, but it's I don't know, like, I mean, are the Raiders still doing good?
I'm not sure. I think they are, because I was talking to somebody at work, and they said that the Raiders are kind of one of the top teams in the league, I think.
See, and is that not just weird?
Yeah, that's very strange. And I've seen this trend happen before, because right before the Seahawks became a really good team the last few years, they were perennial like bottom dwellers of their division. The Seahawks were awful for a long time. And then Pete Carroll got there, he changed some things around, and next thing you know, they're winning Super Bowls. And
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard of him.
It just goes to show and prove that you can't, even though there's expectations to be met, you can't forecast what exactly is going to happen.
And also, it's also showing that your team isn't going to be at the bottom forever.
That's true too.
Unless you're Cleveland.
Yeah,
they've been at the bottom for decades.
Yeah, and I'm proud my Packers are turning it back around. Thank goodness. They're getting there.
It's looking like it, but also, they still have a shot to win that division.
Yes,
they're not out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta has the benefit that the NFC, I mean, they're doing good, but the rest of the NFC South isn't. So, I believe Atlanta should still be ahead of their division, so they're in good shape. I mean, yeah, they clobbered the Rams 42-14, but it's also the Rams, so don't really put too much into it. Rams have an awful defense, and Atlanta has an awesome offense. So
yeah, well, and I mean, our teams have already played so far this year, the Falcons and the Packers, and the Packers had lost, but your Falcons won, and yeah, I was disappointed, but I wasn't near as disappointed when the Cowboys won against my Packers. That's when I was like, oh no, don't let this be true, and I'm glad that they're starting to turn it around.
Yeah, this is a good week. Both of our teams winning. We haven't had a week like this in a while.
It almost feels like since the season started.
Right? Because Green Bay fired off like a win or two at the beginning, and then went like on a
hiatus,
on a slump over like a 5-6 week period. Let me see here. We got the Raiders. Ooh, the Raiders are actually tied with the Chiefs in their division for first in the AFC West. So the Raiders are 10-3. I think this is even more surprising that the Chiefs are 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that because I love their quarterback. Their quarterback is Alex Smith. Used to play for the Utes. He's definitely one of the best quarterbacks, I think, in my opinion, one of the best quarterbacks to ever come out of the University of Utah.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes me happy kind of to see the Chiefs that good. New England is 10-2. No one's really surprised by that. Who else we got? The Steelers are ahead of the AFC North at an 8-5. That division is just pretty mediocre. See, and I said that's not even knowing. Cleveland always being at the bottom. They are 0-13.
They have not won a single game.
Detroit did that. What season was that? The Detroit Lions went winless 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that.
Talk about crushing your ego. How can you not win a single game all season?
But Okay, anytime someone sees a team pulling this off, one has to wonder if, maybe they lose the first 5 or 6 in a row, but then do they start tanking this season intentionally to get the number 1 pick? Because in football, the worst team gets the number 1 pick, right? So it goes, worst to the best. Okay, so say you're going worst to best. The draft next year, that's how it is. The bottom, you know what I mean? So the worst team in the league gets the first pick.
So if it's running up on that time where their players are going to retire and everything, since if they're the worst this entire season, come next season
they're going to have the number 1 pick. Yeah.
That makes sense, and I can see him doing it.
That this topic comes up a lot when you see teams that are doing that bad. It's like, are they intentionally tanking it just to? I mean, I always like to think that they're not doing that. That teams aren't doing that because athletes have a lot of pride. They're not going to purposely lose games just for.
I think you'd have to go into the research of the players though. Where are they in their careers? Are they ready to retire? Are they calling this the last one?
See, this topic actually came up. It was one of Peyton Manning's last years in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. And this is like, I remember how did it go? I'm trying to remember. I remember this topic coming up because they were wondering if they were tanking the last games of the season to try and get a better draft pick. And what happened is Peyton Manning was actually out for a season when he had his neck surgery. And what happened, they had an awful year, and they had the number 1 pick the following year. Mm-hmm. They picked Andrew Luck, and then Peyton Manning got shown the door, after a year, and then that's when he eventually went to Denver. And then now Andrew Luck, is this, I'm putting this in quotes, elite quarterback,
That is true. That is very true.
I'll admit Andrew Luck is a great quarterback, but I think people were a little quick on him.
I just don't like the Manning brothers all that much. They don't really seem to play it with heart.
No, Peyton does.
Peyton does, yeah, but
Peyton. I don't think not that many people have had a love for the sport like he does. Mm-hmm. You can just tell, like, you just have to understand. I mean, Peyton Manning was a brilliant quarterback. Yeah. If he wasn't on the field practicing, he was somewhere watching footage and studying, and he was so cerebral. He was so smart. Like I don't think anyone has had a football IQ like him. I don't know if we will ever even see anybody with a football IQ like him. Tom Brady actually is similar in some ways, like with his regiment of how much film he watches and how much he studies the sport of football and game tape and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I wanted to see. Okay, that's the AFC. I'm trying to find. Okay, yeah. Let me get into the NFC here. Cowboys, 11-1. That's so crazy. They won 11 straight. Like, I think they're actually playing right now. I don't know what the score is. So here we go. So with Green Bay beating Seattle, it's still, like I said, it still is a good win because Seattle is actually ahead in the NFC West at 8-4. Ooh, the 49ers are awful at 1-12. Okay, so here's your Packers. The NFC North is a really interesting division right now. This is going to be the division in the NFC to watch, I think, right here in the last part of the season because you have Detroit at number 1 at 9-4. Then you have Minnesota and Green Bay tied for second at 7-6. The Bears are out of it. The Bears are 3-10, so don't even worry about them. So that leaves, let's see, 7.
That actually means that my Packers may still have a better chance than I thought compared to the last few unlucky games they've been having where they just haven't been able to pull together.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit farther off than what I thought, but they're still definitely not out of it. Mm-hmm. You just definitely really need the Lions and Vikings to start losing some games, and hopefully you guys can fire off a couple more wins.
I really hope so.
The Falcons are, whoa. That's surprising to me. I thought the Falcons actually had a better lead than they did in the NFC South. Scratch that. They're actually tied with Tampa Bay now. Yeah, Atlanta and Tampa Bay are both 8-5.
Oh, wow.
And then the Saints and Panthers are both 5-8. So the Saints and Panthers, I mean, miracles can happen and they can get in it somehow. But
Especially in football.
the NFC South is definitely going to come down to Atlanta or Tampa Bay.
Yeah, there's been some crazy games in football, where the halftime, the one team is in the lead by so much, and then by the time the game ends, it's rare, but sometimes the game that was below is then on top and wins. It just really depends on the teams, but it's
Yeah. I mean, and this is crazy because Atlanta actually has a better record on the road right now. Atlanta is a phenomenal home football team. They're actually 3-3 at home right now and 5-2 on the road. So 3-3 at home, 5-2 on the road. That's crazy. See, and this is why it's surprising me since I haven't been paying attention to sports. If you notice right there, look at that. Tampa Bay has won 5 in a row. The last I looked at the standings, the NFC South, was a few weeks ago, and Atlanta was way in the lead.
Really makes me wonder how our football fantasy league is going, and if we've managed to fall down to the bottom. Because
yeah, the last I remember hearing about it is that we got spanked by your sister a couple weeks ago because we once again didn't pay attention to our lineup. We didn't make our changes, and we accidentally played a lot of players that were on bye, and we got pounced on.
A lot. But and this is still our first.
Yeah, it is. It is our first go around. I've never done fantasy football before. I watch a lot of fantasy. I used to watch a lot of fantasy football shows on ESPN and stuff. So I kind of got, how it works and things like that, and kind of how to, analyze them and things like that. But
wow,
what?
Even though we haven't done too much on our fantasy league, we're still in 5th place, tied with 4th. Out of
how many teams though?
8.
Well, okay, so it's
and
not great, but
we're tied with the team in 4th place at 6 and 7.
Huh. Okay. Well,
the main guy that got us into it, his team is actually 9 and 4 right now, and is up at the top. And then my brother-in-law is 2nd.
So who's won?
Robert.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Robert's up in first place now.
And surprisingly, even though Jill whooped our ass last week or the week before, we're still ahead of her. We're placed at number 5, and hers is placed at number 7.
Wow.
That just goes to prove how good our 18 pick was at the beginning.
Well, I was just noticing here. I was just thinking about it. How you said that earlier. How this year is so strange, and how it's like Twilight Zone, or are we in the Twilight Zone or whatever?
I know this whole year, 2016.
Dallas, the Cowboys 11-1, firing off 11 wins in a row.
Oh my God! What is wrong? What is wrong with the world? What did we do to deserve this? Because I would be happier seeing your Falcons.
And and we haven't even mentioned our president-elect.
Oh God!
But I'm not getting into that. This is not a political podcast.
Not whatsoever. We do have our own opinions, but we're gonna keep those ones to ourselves. I can't believe this year. You know what I'm glad for? The fact that it is almost over, and we're gonna upgrade. We're gonna get married, and
this next year's gonna be big.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of planning to start with the wedding and everything. I mean, I've started looking at dresses and venues and photography, but we'll see how it goes one day at a time.
I'm glad you have been, because I haven't had time to. I work.
Yeah.
work.
I have been bringing it up from time to time, and I have been getting a lot of things in mind of, okay, do we want photographers at the wedding?
But that's like how I think it's supposed to be, though. I like the thought of the woman planning most of it, because it's more about them than anything.
True, but the one thing I still really don't know about is the bridesmaids. I know my sisters and JC, your cousin and everything, but you're my best friend. You're like, well, and of course a good friend, Nikki. Yeah, she'll probably be up there too, but all the others, it's like, how am I gonna get all the bridesmaids into one day to pick out a dress the same tone, color, and size, when
Yeah,
they
maybe
don't
just like
really
have
know
matching
each
colors
other.
or something.
So yeah, there's still a lot in the works, but I mean, we're in the 12th month of 2016. The year's almost over. We still have like 7 months to figure all that out. So it's a work in progress.
Yeah, we'll figure
but
it out.
I do know that I am super excited because, as we've realized, we're going on 4 years.
Yeah, we're just about there. 4 years.
We're around the corner.
All right. Speaking of which, though, how you were saying it's almost near the end of the year, so that's also this is that time of year when we start getting into the year in review talk, going over some of the games of the year, movies of the year,
Yes.
TV show, just some of our favorite things from the year.
And we did kind of go over that in the last podcast when we were talking about the gaming awards and what game had won. And, I still really love Uncharted. I've been getting around to playing that a little more.
Yeah, that's why, like talking about like more things like that, like games that you actually play and stuff. It's a little bit harder to get your input since I play a lot more than you do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you watch me play a lot of them, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you do play a lot yourself. I mean, you played a lot of Ratchet and Clank.
I'm actually almost done with that game.
Yeah, earlier in the year, we were playing, like when I was doing my Uncharted 4 playthrough, you were playing a lot of Uncharted 1 and stuff like that.
And I was playing a lot of Fallout, too, because I remember it had been a while
That's
since
right.
we played, and I hopped back on my Fallout account, I started playing. I'm killing all these raiders over in some area, thinking I'm on some kind of mission that I was sent to go kill them. And you're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm just shooting a bunch of raiders. Turns out I wasn't even on a mission. I just found one of their bases, went in, took over, took everything, and then left. I'm like, I wonder how that changes for my game, because in your game, you had a mission to go there where those raiders are and take care of them, and whereas I didn't set up the mission. I just went there on my own.
And you took out the raiders, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, so I wonder if this is how it's going to work, because normally the mission is to go take out the raiders.
Yeah.
So I wonder if can you just not even get the mission now? Or do you go to the person that gives the mission, get it, and then you go and they're just respawned or something,
Or does it give me the option that, oh, well, these guys aren't giving us any problems no more, so go build a...
Actually, you know how it might work? Because if it's one of the missions...
A settlement.
I forgot about this, because that type of mission, okay, you know how there's like missions like go to this place and clear out raiders, or go to this place and clear out goblins, or not goblins, what are they called?
Ghouls?
Ghouls, yeah.
Ghouls.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Those missions are actually random. They can be different at different times. It's not like a set mission. I forgot about that about Fallout. So in your game, you can go to that person and they'll say, go clear out the ghouls at the farm or whatever. I think there's one where you can do it at a farm.
Yeah.
But if I do it, then I can go do it, but that one might be go clear out the raiders at a different place. Those ones are like random, if I remember right.
I can see them being like, oh, hey, we found a settlement. We found an area over here that hasn't been taken over. Let's turn it into a settlement.
There's still so much of that map, like, I haven't even, explored.
Oh, I know, and there's still so much even more for me, but you know what I won't forget? You were playing, you had upgraded your locksmith perk, and you couldn't get it unlocked, and I'm like, come on, let me try, just once, let me try. And I did
your
it.
first go, you didn't even break one, right?
Yep, I got it the first go, and you just looked at me like, how in the hell did you just do that? I'm like, I just had a feeling I knew how to do this one.
And it was the highest one, huh? Because I just unlocked the highest lockpick skill you can have, and it was my first time trying to unlock one of those. And I think I broke a couple lockpicks. And you're like, you're like, here, I just want to try it. I just want to see how hard it is. And you just
kept trying, and I'm like, wait, no, let me try. Yeah, however, when I play on mine, I'm breaking every single bobby pin.
And sometimes I have to do it for you. Yeah. That's the ironic thing on that.
It's just how the world works, If you're looking for it, you ain't gonna find it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of great games that came out this year. Obviously, a lot of the favorites, is Uncharted 4. I was a little surprised to see that. Not really, because it is such a great game. I was just kind of thinking Uncharted 4 would have won it at the Video Game Awards as well. But Overwatch is the one that won Game of the Year at the Video Game Awards.
But Overwatch was still really good. I mean, it turned out. I know you haven't played it near as much as Division and Destiny, but you got to think of like the whole graphics and everything that went into it, and
once I get my gaming PC, I'm gonna get that on PC too. I really want to play that on PC.
That's one thing that I really think it was, is as to why it won, because it was so available on PC and console, whereas Uncharted, is that available on PC?
No, yeah, Uncharted is a Sony exclusive. It's PlayStation only. It's not even on Xbox.
Oh yeah, see, and yeah, that's what I wonder, is because Overwatch had that wider view of all the PC gamers.
Yeah, and not only that, Overwatch, they're creating their own competitive league right now, too. Overwatch is really big in esports as well, so you're also getting the esports community. You're getting people that only buy, like, competitive first-person shooters, like competitive shooters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't have to be first-person shooters, because there's even competitive Gears of War leagues, and Gears of War is third-person, so...
Yep, my nephew was so happy to get the Gears of War for his birthday.
Was it 4?
I think
Is that what they got him? Was Gears 4
they got him the
newest
latest one? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, he's playing it. Okay, remind me, don't let him say a word next time I'm over there then, because that kid is not good at holding back spoilers.
Yeah, he is a big spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Within himself, so...
Yeah, because I haven't played 4 yet. I need to get 4 and play it and beat it before next time I go to your grandparents' house.
I know, because I remember, even with Star Wars, well, this, and this? No, I don't. I've never seen it.
Yeah, and then we were even like, stop it, and then he just kept going and just saying other ones, and we're like, you realize,
He'll grow out of it. It's just a stage. But when we go over there, we'll be like, hey... I'll even send my sister a text, me like, hey, don't let him spoil anything about Gears of War.
Yeah, go lock him in the room.
Yeah.
Or tape his mouth shut. No, I'm happy for him, though, because I know he likes the Gears games, because I played, I can't remember what one it was with him. Remember a few months back I played some of the multiplayer with him.
I don't remember which.
I think it was Gears 3. I think it was Gears 3.
I'm actually really excited for the gaming con that's going to be coming up in 2017.
Yeah, we're going to take him to that.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, because when we went to it this last year, we promised him we'd take him next year.
Yeah. It was a really fun gaming con, and this time when we go, we'll actually spend more time and not get there like an hour before the event's going to close for the day.
Because I worked that day, right? Didn't I work? I got off work and then we had to go, yeah.
And another thing we will do is take extra money to get really cool shirts and action figures.
Yes, we'll definitely have some more money to burn.
They had so many cool, awesome shirts and blankets and knives and glasses and just everything a nerd's dream.
I mean this year we did get a couple things though. I mean we got a couple of Fallout shirts and we got the Vault Boy. Yeah. Sorry. I always get those two confused. Yeah. The Vault Boy. Yeah. Which that one we're not taking out of the box. That one's chilling right over there. That one's staying.
That one's definitely staying. Ooh, you know what?
Wait, hang on real quick. Staying on the GameCon real quick. I wonder how much bigger it's going to be, because remember the Salt Lake Comic-Con?
Mm-hmm.
Like recently acquired it, like right before they put it on. So this next year, with having a full year to plan for it, I wonder. I'm expecting it to be a little bit bigger.
I'm expecting it to be a little bit bigger too. You do make a good point, because that's how we were able to get into the Gaming Con last year.
Mm-hmm.
Was my brother-in-law's ticket, where going to Comic-Con itself, they gave you a free pass for a day. All you had to do was show the stub or the digital copy of your Comic-Con ticket, which is another thing we really need to do, is go to Comic-Con.
And FanX.
Yeah. I really wish I could have had Matt Smith sign that myself, but the fact my sister got him to sign it for me.
It's still awesome. Yeah, it's still awesome
that
we have it on hanging up on the wall. But it still would have been better if you could have met him personally and done it.
I just think I think we would really enjoy going to actual Comic-Con and seeing, you know, just so much more. I still have yet to actually make it to Comic-Con, and maybe we can do that within the next year.
That's what's funny. I've gone to the original Comic-Con, the one in San Diego, like 16 years ago, but I've never gone to the Salt Lake one in my own hometown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're definitely going to try and go to those ones this year.
If
Both
we
FanX
don't-
and Comic-Con
Yeah.
and the Gaming Con, definitely.
If we don't go to the Comic-Con, we should at least go to the FanX. Or if we don't go to the FanX, we should at least go to Comic-Con. But we need to definitely make it out there, because, I mean, we need to enjoy and be part of everything.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, because I've been wanting to go to it for a long time, so.
I know, Jill's always asking me if I'm going to go, and I'm like, yeah, I want to. Maybe. Someday.
I mean, it seems like every year since we've been together, like, we're working or something, you know? Like, there's always something keeping us from it. But
You
yeah,
know?
we're going this year.
When is Comic-Con usually?
Wasn't this last year? It was at the beginning of March, wasn't it? Because remember, it pushed the
Tattoo convention.
Yeah, because remember, it messed with the tattoo convention. It either
I thought it was later, because the tattoo
it was like
convention,
that's what it was. Because the tattoo convention was normally at the end of March.
and they had to do it at the beginning.
Because Comic-Con, or it was the Comic-Con
Tax
or Fan X
return.
though, right? But was it Comic-Con or Fan X though at the end of March?
Might have been FanX, because I always thought
No,
FanX.
Comic-Con was in September.
Yeah, so it was
It's Fan X in
yeah.
March.
We
I
should
think.
be able to at least go to FanX.
Yeah, we'll get it all figured out. But yeah, me personally, my game of the year, for this year, for the game that came out this year, definitely Uncharted 4. Overwatch, I would say Overwatch a close second. I mean, because some of the other games that I got this year, No Man's Sky, Deus Ex, I like Deus Ex a lot. I just need to play it some more. I mean, it's hard. I got a big backlog of games to play. I got a lot of games that like I'm in progress of, and it's really hard when you got games like obviously Destiny is my main game that I stream and create content for. But also big games like The Division and Borderlands. I mean, Destiny is full-time, takes up full-time as it is. And Borderlands and The Division alone as it is. There's full-time creators dedicated to just those games, just The Division or just Borderlands or just Destiny.
Yes, and
I'm
that's
doing
very
it for
true.
all of them, you know?
That is very true, but you know what?
And working 60 to 70 hours a week.
Yes, that's true, and But what I really wonder is, when are we going to hear more about the Uncharted movie? And we need to double check to see when Assassin's Creed is coming out, because I do still really
It's
want
like in the next week or two, I think.
Yeah, it's within the next 2 weeks.
It might be this coming Friday.
It might be.
I think so, actually. I think it's this Friday.
We need to go see it. I just wonder when we're going to hear any other rumors or leaked details of the Uncharted game, because we haven't heard anything for a while.
Uncharted movie, you mean?
Yeah, Uncharted movie. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
Yeah.
Is it still in the works? Is it put on hold? Because I think the Uncharted franchise would do amazing at movies if they did it right.
And I forgot to mention this. Some of the small stuff that I have heard coming out about the movie and stuff, like when I've told you about it, I have heard Neil Druckmann's name involved with it, which is great, because Neil Druckmann is the guy that like kind of wrote and directed the game. Uncharted 4.
That's good.
So I'm glad he's involved with the project.
That's really good.
So I'm glad that Naughty Dog is involved with the studio. I'm not even sure what studio is even making the film, but I'm glad that they're actually working close
Together.
with it.
It's the same way that J.K. Rowling actually worked with directors for Harry Potter, because the series of Unfortunate Events was such a disappointment. But with the new year, they'll be having some on Netflix. And
see, and this is, and now that that you're saying this about the Uncharted movie as well too, it's it gives me some cause for concern, because there supposedly has been like a Metal Gear Solid movie like in the works for years and years and years, but it's just never happened. supposedly there's been like a big full feature like Halo movie in the works that's never happened. I mean, there has been like a cheap budget Halo movie that came out, but that's
They
not like
did.
the one that they were talking about.
You know what I really wonder though was they turned World of Warcraft into a movie.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
Was
They just
it-
recently made that.
Was it horrible? Did it go too far off the game?
I don't know.
What was World
I don't
of
know.
Warcraft? Because I know it was a game.
I'm
on
definitely the
PC,
wrong
but I
person to
never
ask
played
on
it.
that because I've never really played the games and I didn't see the movie, so I don't know. I haven't even really heard anything about it, so I don't even know what the reception kind of was to that.
Makes you wonder if no propaganda is good propaganda, or if the fact that there's no propaganda, it's not good at all.
Well, any press is good press. You mean how they like say that?
Yeah,
I don't buy into that all the time.
that's true.
Yeah, that's just something that people that get nothing but bad press say.
That makes sense,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
They're like, hey, well, that's the best comeback I can come up with, so
yeah, any press
carry
is
on
bad
your
press.
way.
Yeah.
At least I'm in the news, you're not.
I mean, I could see how exactly. I mean, I could
Yeah.
see how they could say that because just for the fact that my name's getting mentioned, it's still gonna, have people like,
Infamous.
Yeah, look at my stuff, whatever you are, like.
Mm.
Like in my case, as being like a streamer and YouTube content creator, like if everyone is out there just saying like how crappy your stuff is, somebody still you're still gonna get views on your videos or whatever, because people are gonna see like, God, how bad is this person if that's all they hear, So I mean, I can see how people can say that, but I don't know, it's still kind of crap.
To each their own. To each their own.
Right. Yeah, I mean, also this year, this fall especially, one of our previous episodes, I think it actually was an episode of this show, I actually titled it Year of the Shooters. Mm-hmm. And the fall especially, we had Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and all those came out just a week within each other of each one. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the Titanfall franchise because, Vince Zampella, the head of the studio that makes Titanfall 2, even said himself that he's not even sure if there ever will be a Titanfall 3. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. EA, Electronic Arts, who published it, it seems like that they almost It seems like that they almost intentionally set up Titanfall 2 for failure because they set it out a week after. Because EA also put out Battlefield 1.
That's true.
It's not the same developers, but it's the same publisher. So EA put out Battlefield 1, and then a week later put out Titanfall 2. So it's like... But also, supposedly what EA was trying to do was kind of like a 1-2 punch against Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And I can see that because...
It just goes off of so many different fan bases because, there's a love for the games and some prefer the action over storyboard and I like the stories and here soon, I swear to you, here soon, I will finally start Life is Strange.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, because I really want to see that played. Back when I was working at the last place I worked at, my buddy Brandon there, when I was telling him how, back then we hadn't gotten Life is Strange yet, but I was telling him how we were going to be getting it soon, and he was like, dude, get it, play it. He's like, put it, because he remember he was always giving me crap for how many games I was, halfway through, and he's like, dude, just finish your game,
Or finish your game before you buy the next one.
He even said, he's like, dude, get it, play it. He's like, put it ahead of all the games you're playing right now. He's like, put it at the top of your list and just play it and beat it. He's like, that game is... He said it's good.
We'll have to, yeah,
So,
I'm still looking into it. Like, I really want to play it. I was going to play it today, but I got tired and lazy and things happen because this is life that we live in.
Yeah.
We try to accommodate to it. It never accommodates to us.
But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the Titanfall franchise. It's going to be a really sad thing for the industry if there never is going to be another Titanfall. If Titanfall 2 is the last that we get out of it. Titanfall 2 is so critically acclaimed, now, and it's such a phenomenal shooter. Mm-hmm. Just like Destiny, it it just controls and feels so solid. Like the gameplay and shooting mechanics are phenomenal. And I would even go as far as saying that I even like it a little bit better than Destiny, because Destiny, the shooting mechanics are the best out there, and then the movement and like the platforming and traversal mechanics are just pretty damn good, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Titanfall 2, the shooting mechanics are great, and the platforming and running around and traversal mechanics are phenomenal, like best out there, like the wall running, and the game's just gorgeous. It looks phenomenal, it moves. I kind of wish I would have gotten it for PS4 now. Once I finally get a PS4 Pro, I might buy Titanfall 2 again for the PS4 Pro, because they're going to put out a patch to upscale it to the visuals,
And
upgraded visuals for the PS4 Pro. So
I would be 110% okay with that, because then that means the PS4 would be all mine, and once it's all mine, I'd have my own little mini TV to go with it. Then I can play when you're playing instead of sitting on my phone the whole time. I'm watching you play. Well, no, I enjoy watching you play, though, but, I mean, it'll be nice to have my own PS4 to where it has, like, all of my games on it.
I know. The reason why I'm stoked for it is, so we could play Destiny together, like in a fire team together.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best part. So me and you can play multiplayer games that aren't split screen.
Yes, but the only thing I don't like about it is I'll have to get my very own Microsoft online account. Internet stuff. Because on Xbox, I can still use it.
Yeah, on Xbox you can. You mean PlayStation Network account?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The PlayStation.
It's been a long day.
Online thing, yeah. I don't know if there's really a way to share it across your console. I think I saw something there might be, but I'm not positive. I really need to do my research on it. Granted, I haven't really even had. If you think about it, we really haven't had these consoles that long.
No, we really haven't. We've had them for about a year.
About a year, but remember, we also weren't playing them for about half that time. Probably even longer.
No, I would say a little less than half. Well, maybe, because... No, we were. We were playing a little less than half, but not...
I mean, a lot of that time,
yeah,
we weren't playing them, so...
Yeah, we were very, very busy with upkeep of tattoo shop and drawing and work and benefits and da-da-da-da. But, no, yeah, we've been playing them quite a bit longer, though.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's been... I'm having a blast, with all this stuff that we do now, with our YouTube channels, Twitch streams, our podcasts, and all that. It's definitely a lot of fun. Definitely love doing it, and it's awesome doing it with you and stuff too. So
I enjoy it. I do. And if any of you out there listening have any questions or comments, definitely just get back to us and let us know. And
yeah, you can email
we can go off of that.
Yeah, you can email the show at solgr-and-fusha-only-show@gmail.com. It's all one word, no caps, no underscores. Solgr, SOLGR, Fusha, FUSHA, only show, solgr-fusha-only-show@gmail.com.
I am on Instagram as well. I like to post pictures of the puzzles I'm working on. I have 2 Fallout puzzles in the works, but yeah, we would definitely love to go off of your comments to see what you want to hear and to see what our opinions are.
We're also going to start, making probably like some like top 5 segments and stuff like that, since our shows are going to be a little bit longer like this one. So any ideas and anything you have like that, we're also working on some ones as well. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this week's episode.
Stay tuned tomorrow for Talking to Kay with the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, stay posted to the Sports Nerd Web YouTube channel. Tomorrow night we will be posting our next episode of Talking to Kay, our Walking Dead podcast. Eventually, we're also going to get to doing video of our shows and streaming them on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/solgr-only. But you can follow me on Twitter at SportsNerd48 to keep up to date with all the Sports Nerd Web content. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow and next week.
Yes, indeed. Take care.
Cheers, guys.